Ready to go, Madam Clerk?
Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the that the testimony you're about to give in this constitutes the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay. And counsels, if you could just please introduce yourself to the jury real quick before we get going.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning, everyone. My name is Eboni Moton, and I am part of Mr. Chance's defense team.
Thank you. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning.
Morning.
Can you please state your name and spell it for the court reporter?
Dr. Nahshon Nicks, N-A-H-S-H-O-N, Nicks, N-I-C-K-S,
And Dr. Nicks, where do you live?
Jacksonville, Florida.
What do you do for a living?
I work with at-risk youth through my after-school and summer program. That's a nonprofit geared towards building leadership and character through mentoring and martial arts.
And were you ever involved in politics?
Yes. I ran for public office with a grassroots campaign.
And how long ago was that?
3 years ago.
How do you know Mr. Isaiah Chance?
I met him roughly when he was 6 years old. Him and his mother and I have a child together. We were involved for roughly around 7 years. And during that time, I was able to hopefully leave some positive impact and impressions upon him and his siblings.
How would you describe the role you played in his life?
I do not claim to be his father, but I hope to be a father figure.
And how long were you actively in his life in that role?
I would say roughly around 7 years.
Do you love him?
I do love him. I loved him then, and I love him now.
Does he know that?
He better know it.
Can you describe Isaiah Chance to the jury just as a person, as a kid? What was he like?
Isaiah, growing up amongst a predominantly female household, him and I would have times to kind of like talk and chat. I even worked with him pertaining to academics. I introduced him to some martial arts. At that time, I was still competing and fighting in the cage. But I mean, as a kid, I mean, he was a typical young boy. I will say that Isaiah had some learning challenges, speech impediments. He stuttered. So if you listen to him talk, you had to lean in, you know, give him some patience. If he didn't pronounce it right, say it again. I mean, typical kid. He loved noodles. Could eat. We'll go on family trips. I'm originally from New York. And, I mean, he spent time with my grandmothers, my mother, my family, my siblings. He was loved. I believe he had a lot of positive influences.
So would you say he enjoyed family activities?
Yes, I would say he enjoyed family activities.
Did he have a sense of humor?
Yes, he did have a sense of humor. And like I said, I mean, he could eat. I mean, that was, like I said, if we were breaking bread, he was at the table, and I will say that he was also raised in the church. When I was in his life, I know just about every Sunday he was in a worship service or with me in church.
Did you see any indications of drug or alcohol use during the years that you knew him?
No, I did not.
Did he ever show any interest in gangs?
No, he did not. And I would like to add one thing that did stand out to me when Isaiah was roughly 10 or 11. We were riding in the car together, and he did mention that one day he would like to be a pastor. Like a prophet, to be able to speak truth and life to people.
So would you say he was active in the church?
Yes.
So you mentioned previously that you were very involved in Isaiah's life. What about his schooling during those formative years? How did that go?
Like I said, during his youth, as with any child, if there was a disciplinary action per se, I did not have a problem with chastisement. I believe the Bible says, "Spirit of wrath spoil the child," and not saying that it's always about physical harm as far as a consequence with the rod, but even the lectures that come with it to let you know that you're reinforcing positive reinforcement. You know.
When you knew him, did the school that he was in ever raise concerns about his learning abilities?
I believe one time they mentioned something about he could qualify for extra help and extra tutoring if he would get on medicine, and his mother and I agreed that if he needed some extra help, then I'll be willing to give him some extra help per se, but we didn't think that medicine would help him in that regard.
Did you see progress with Isaiah Chance when structure and consistency was in place with his learning?
Yes. A ton of improvements, positive gains. I mean, he did graduate with a high school diploma, and I'm very proud of that.
Do you know what schools Mr. Chance attended?
Yes.
Can you tell us about the schools?
While I was most present in his life, he attended Changing Lives Christian Academy. I would pick him and his siblings up every day, and I would debrief with them every day in the car. I want to know how your day went, what subject stood out to you, what did you learn, what was interesting to you. I mean, like I said, so I actually enjoyed that time of debriefing with his siblings and himself to just hear how the days went, you know, to get a good picture of what do you enjoy, what subjects you enjoy, things of that nature.
After your relationship with his mom terminated, did Isaiah stay in touch with you? I can rephrase the question.
I understood the question.
Okay.
There was a time that I was very active in Isaiah's life. His father had told me he respected and appreciated my involvement in his son's life. but pertaining to discipline, he asked me to step back. With stepping back, it circumvented my position as a father figure to where my involvement was very limited. However, Isaiah did reach out to me a few years back about becoming a merchant seaman. I was elated to hear of the aspiration, and I told him anything I can do to help. So I did write him a favorable letter of recommendation.
Was he appreciative of that?
Yes.
Mr. Nicks, you work every day with at-risk youth through your nonprofit. You've dedicated your life to that work, is that correct?
My entire adult life has been working in some of our most socially, economically disadvantaged communities within the city of Jacksonville to give every child a fighting chance at success, and as well as dignity and determination.
That's really nice. What brought you to that point that you decided to act in this role?
Growing up, my biological father was incarcerated in Attica, one of the largest state prisons in New York. My mom, the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life, struggled with substance abuse. And I know what it's like to feel as if you are hopeless. And by the grace of God, phenomenal teachers, phenomenal individuals that can see a little black boy and see a potential leader, in our society, and teaching them how to read, teaching them how to speak for themselves, teaching them about respect, and understanding that God is real, and it's very important to me to be able to, what I would say, prefix instead of suffix, which is if we could get it right in the beginning, we wouldn't have to clean it up in the end. And training our youth through a curriculum that we wrote out called SEAL Team in honor of the Navy SEALs, which stands for Social, Emotional, and Academic Leadership through mentoring and martial arts, to where we close the door on influences that could lead to counterproductive behaviors.
I see. And Dr. Nicks, I didn't ask you before, do you have a PhD?
Yes.
Can you tell me what it's in, please?
I graduated from the New York Theological Seminary, and I did all of my case studies in zip codes 32206, 32218, 32209, 32218, and I surveyed children to be able to build out.
Yeah, I'm going to sustain the objection.
Okay. Dr. Nicks, I believe you have a statement that you would like to read.
Yes. First and foremost, I want to extend my deepest condolences.
Can we approach? Yeah. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna sustain the objection.
Thank you, Dr. Nicks. I tender the witness.
Robert, may we have one moment?
Yes.
Before